Press the bell icon on YouTube and don't miss another update.
Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. I've got two very interesting stories for you. My story number one is about an RTI reveal. An RTI report says that in the first quarter of this fiscal year, 18 of our public sector banks has lost 32,000 crores. They have been defrauded of 32,000 crores. With all the Nirav Modis and the Mehul Choksis and the Vijay Malias, what have our banks learned? That's my topic number one. My topic number two is, a few days back, Faye Dsouza, the editor of Mirror Now, resigned. A few days before that, Ajit Anjum, also editor of TV9 Bharatvarsh, resigned. My question is voice of dissent now a crime? That's my topic number two. Let's get right into the show. Our finance minister, a few days back, as part of her economic reforms and as part of her making our banks effective, profitable, and more importantly safe, announced the mergers of a lot of these banks. In fact, 10 banks were merged into 4 banks. And she said that, everything will be sorted out after this. The banks will be more effective, the banks can compete globally, and the banks will have more money at less cost, which means the bank can ensure that the loans can be given at a far lesser cost. Thus, people getting loans at lesser interest and the banks getting more profits out of the loan that they disperse. Okay, good. Even at that point, we had mentioned to you that, symbolic management policies do not solve issues. And the reason we told you it will not have a ramification on ground is because our banks were badly managed. Two badly managed companies or two badly managed banks coming together, making one big bank, does not make the bank a well-managed bank. In fact, it will be two badly managed banks coming together to make a bigger badly managed bank. And a bigger badly managed bank will lose more money than possibly a smaller badly managed bank. An RTI report revealed that 18 public sector banks in the first 3 months, that is April, May, June, in the first quarter of the fiscal year, lost close to 32,000 crores of our money. 32,000 crores. In fact, I'll give you details. There were close to 2,480 fraud cases which these banks were hit with, and 31,898.63 crores were lost. I will give you more details. Let us tell you which are the banks and how much did they lose. State Bank, of course, the largest Indian bank, lost the largest percentage of money. 38% of the total money, this 31,898.63 crores, 38% of that, my apologies, was SBI, State Bank of India. And according to the RTI, SBI had 1,197 fraud cases in 3 months, April, May, June of 2019, and lost to the tune of 12,012.77 crores. Allahabad Bank, which is number 2, with 381 cheating cases involving 2,855.46 crores. Punjab National Bank stood third in the list with 99 cases worth 2,526.55 crores. Let's go further. You had Bank of Baroda with 75 cases involving 2,297.05 crores. You have Oriental Bank of Commerce with 45 fraud cases and involving 2,133.08 crores. You have the Canara Bank with 69 cases worth 2,000 35.81 crores. You have Central Bank of India with 194 cases worth 1,982.27 crores. You have United Bank of India with 31 cases, 1,196.19 crores. You have the Corporation Bank with 16 cases, 960 crores. Indian Overseas Bank with 46 cases, 934.67 crores. Syndicate Bank with 54 cases, 795.75 crores. Union Bank with 51 cases, 753.37 crores. Bank of India with 42 cases, 517 crores. And finally, UCO Bank with 34 cases of fraud and 470.74 crores of fraud. This is what I was talking about. These banks, with all the Nirav Modis and the Vijay Malias and the Mehul Choksis, has not learned any lesson. They are still losing your hard-earned money like nobody's business. 32,000 crores to be precise. And 32,000 crores in 3 months. Madam Finance Minister, I think before this government starts making policies, I think they really need to study what is happening on ground. I think they need to really consult some few good management consultants across the globe and then take decisions. Because now it's high time we start taking real decisions instead of symbolic ones. A year back, I remember I had done an editorial on Punya Prasoon Vajpayee and my friend Abhisar Sharma quitting ABP News. At that point, I had questioned as to, is it fair that voice of dissent are forced to quit jobs, are forced to sit at home, only because they possibly have a point or two against the government? Is it fair? Anyway, things moved on. As things stand today, the situation seems to be more serious. A few days back, Faye Dsouza quit Mirror Now. A few days before that, Ajit Anjum quit TV9 Bharatvarsh, a person who had first spoken about encephalitis in Bihar. And possibly, maybe that was the reason why he doesn't have a job anymore. And one by one, people who have been speaking against certain policies of the government has been out from mainline media. And all of a sudden, we say that mainline media now is an absolute government mouthpiece. Reason? Because whoever were not are thrown out. And why people who praise the government without even logic gets better and better and better and better and better opportunities. Do you see a pattern here? Do you think it is fair that every voice of dissent is crushed and thrown out?
देश में प्रधानमंत्री मोदी आपके शुभचिंतक हैं, राजनाथ सिंह आपके शुभचिंतक हैं, महाराष्ट्र सरकार आपके शुभचिंतक हैं। आप इन तमाम दरवाजों को खटखटाती, लेकिन आज आप चुनाव के वक्त अगर आप ऐसी कहानियां सुना रही हैं और साथ में आप करकरे को देशद्रोही कह रही हैं, आपको अगर कांग्रेस से शिकायत थी आप कहिए, आपको हक है कहने का। लेकिन इस कांग्रेस से शिकायत के नाते अगर आप हेमंत करकरे के लिए कह रही हैं तो मुझे लगता है इसके लिए आपको एक बार सोचना चाहिए कि आपने देश के उन लाखों करोड़ों लोगों को जिन्होंने उन्हें एक शहीद के तौर पर देखा, उनकी भावनाओं के साथ भी खिलवाड़ कर रही हैं अपनी चुनावी फायदे के लिए। साध्वी प्रज्ञा सिंह शायद इन सवालों का जवाब नहीं देना चाहती हैं, बचना चाहती हैं, और बीजेपी भी अब इन सवालों पर डिफेंसिव है। बीजेपी की तरफ से भी शायद उन्हें कोई संदेशा गया है कि इन सवालों से बचें।
Mr. Mulidan, I think it's quite charming that you've found a good analogy of cattle and women, because we're talking here about a 15-year-old, 16-year-old child who was raped, and you're talking about cattle. And I think that's a good really answer for the state of affairs in our country at this point, yes, that we want to liken this, the safety of women and the condition of how the police treat women with the condition of how this country treats cattle. I think we would be damn right fortunate if this country treated women like it treats cattle right now, but it doesn't. We we are treated worse than cattle. So I personally take great offense, great and grave offense, that you have decided to draw an analogy between this case of a young girl and the case of cattle. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
They say, whosoever controls media controls your mind. It is very, very important that we, the people, control the media and not the politician. And believe me you, how much ever, whichever party tries, they cannot control the media like the way you, the consumer, can. Because if the consumer stops watching a media, the chances are there will be no advertisers who will ever advertise in that media. And if there is no advertisers who advertise in the media, that media will not survive. Control the media, because then you will have control of your mind. If you don't, then somebody else will be telling you what to do next. Till we meet again, Namaskar.